Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money. Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money. Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money. Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money.
Hello there, this is Easter Monday celebration and here's wishing you a happy Easter celebration. My name is Winifred Igwebo and it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's fresh edition of Money Radio, featuring you on Leadership Television. Money Radio every Monday is a platform where we discuss and review front page inside stories of our business paper, National Economy. With me in the studio, as you can see, is the editor of National Economy, Kingsley Kanu. Kingsley, the pleasure to have you on the program. Yeah. So without wasting much time, we wasted some already, and I sincerely apologize to that due to some circumstances actually beyond our control. But we are back now, and without wasting much time, we delve into the business of today, and that is the review and discussion of our sister publication, National Economy. National Economy has on its cover this week is actually a weekly paper. It has Let's Have National Economy on the cover. National Economy. Fuel subsidy removal plan. Poor Nigerians may face more hardship over ineffective palliative program. Fuel subsidy removal plan. Poor Nigerians may face more hardship over ineffective palliative program. That is the leading story, and of course, you also have pictures as well to depict the story. They said that pictures speak more than 1,000 words. We have pictures of different sectors of the economy on the National Economy cover page. Now, Kingsley, since last week when the talk came that the federal government was going to borrow $800 million from the World Bank to ameliorate the hardship fuel subsidy that will bring on Nigerians, many, in fact, the labor and other labor groups like NECA, they have been kicking against it that these monies they are going to be looted by the government of the day. What do you react to that? Because fuel subsidy removal plan, fuel subsidy is inevitable. That is what the present administration keeps telling Nigerians, and they are going to remove it on the twilight of their administration. So, what is your take on that?
Yeah, there's no doubt that fuel subsidy is a sinkhole.
Yes.
Nobody is against government removing subsidy. We've always said it's in the interest of the country. It has to go because of some criminal groups that actually have taken advantage of it, at the expense of other Nigerians. But that being the case, the issue is that the question here is why borrow at this point in time when government has less than 1 month to go?
Mm.
So in a way, the organized labor also, in that case, they have very strong point because
Just saying no.
yeah, it's very.
Because
It's
at
not
the end
even
of
the
the day,
issue
you
is that
have
even
eight
as
hundred
government.
million dollars. Expect
Yes,
so much. So how are you going to
yeah,
share this money around? Because we've had similar cases, like for instance, the Abacha loot that was gotten from the U.S.
yes,
government, which they said has to go for the downtrodden. But at the end of
yes.
the day, we don't know obviously how
What
the amount
happened
of
to it?
money, how it was disbursed. So this time around, they are raising their alarm that no, we don't really need this money. Why borrow at this trimester?
Yeah, and again, when you look at it, the hasty nature of the whole thing,
Mm,
it's not even because the Minister of Finance came up last week, and informed us that the World Bank has graciously approved that money.
mm,
So it's not something now that they may, it has been approved. And also, she told us that it's for 50 million Nigerians, and so far they have been able to identify about 10 million households that are palliative qualified. So, but then look at the whole thing here. Let's do small arithmetic here.
mm,
If you want to identify the most vulnerable groups in this country, the
mm,
palliative qualified Nigerians in the recent, you need to conduct a census.
mm.
You need a census. Politicians being what they are, you know them. You cannot guarantee an accurate census at this point because always at the end of the day they will tinker with the figures
Yes.
for political reasons.
For political
So
gains.
that aside, then again you look at civil servants. Government said also they will increase their is it
Remuneration.
remuneration by
Salary wage.
yes minimum wage by 5%, 4 to 5%. Across the 3 tiers of government, you have not less than 2 million civil servants.
Mm,
World Bank also put our own figure, the population of the country at 219 million.
mm,
What it means that less than 4% of Nigerians will actually benefit from the so-called minimum wage increase. Statistics wise, we know that over 40% of Nigerians live on less than $2 per day.
I think, yes.
So this is why it can't work, it can't fly. It's so ineffective, it's so poorly planned. Anybody who tells you these things will work, they're just fooling us.
Mm,
If you have less than 1 month to go
mm,
and you want to do something like this, then we should start interrogating you.
mm.
What exactly do you want to achieve?
Achieve when you just have just
Yeah,
few
few
weeks
weeks to go. What exactly? So now at the end of the day, who administers that fund?
to go.
Or is it going to go the way of the Abacha loot?
Mm.
Every time we've had,
Yeah, but that actually, we saw some situations whereby, oh, somebody will tell you, somebody that is close to you, oh, send your account details.
Mm.
They said they are going to distribute. Remember that Abacha?
Yes.
I remember they said they are going to. They said the person that is handling it said this batch said they will pay 100,000.
Yes.
Then they are going to remit 60,000 to them.
Yes.
And I told them, no, I'm not for that. Leave me
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
So I'll just the person that is just going to. I'll be the one to just. He said yes, but you are not going to repay back now. You have 40,000. Then when
Yes.
you give the person,
Yes.
we are going to give the person
Yes.
60,000 from it.
Yes.
Really?
It's
I don't know if you had.
I had
issues like
yes,
that.
I had issues like that. The point is that this whole thing is just, I think it's just, to me personally, my personal opinion anyway, I don't think it's in the interest of the Nigerian public. It is not. And I don't think if they decided to go ahead
Mm,
to do the disbursement as they are planning to hastily do it, I don't think that the people for which it was meant in the first place
we really want to get it
really
because
wants to
we've
get
had
it.
so many cases like that in Nigeria. We're talking about during that COVID, we had COVID palliative.
Yes.
And of course, when during the lockdown, yes, we had the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs telling Nigerians eyeball that they actually had a poor feeding, feeding,
Feeding.
children that were at home.
At
How?
home.
And questions were asked, but at the end of the day, because it was generating so much heat, so much fuel, the matter was died at the end of the day. It just died like that, and we didn't see the end of the matter. And the this special advisor Ways also told us that some monies were shared. How were these monies shared?
They don't give any. There's no accountability here.
It's not that he said no, he doesn't want to show the register, to expose these people. Oh, really? So you are guiding is you are not trying to tell Nigerians that you are guiding the identities of these people. You just want to, their sanctity. You don't want to expose them.
You don't want to expose them. Yeah, you don't want to ridicule them.
It's the money that was meant, the grant for them. Yeah, you say you don't want to ridicule them. That by exposing, bringing out the register, you are ridiculing them, and that was how the matter died. We don't know. And now, just on the eve of their departure, we are borrowing $800 million.
This is in addition.
So,
you have borrowed. You have already 77 trillion.
Trillion, exactly, for the next administration.
For the next administration. Then you also decided to go and get this one. So everything, there's a lot of suspicion around all these things.
Surrounding it. So why wouldn't they just at least let Nigerians be? Remove this toga out, because we keep talking, opportunities still come for money to be embezzled one way or the other.
It's all about
various means.
Yes.
Okay, at the end of the day, what are the modalities, like you just pointed out before, distributing this money?
No modality.
Disbursing this money.
Nothing. What they have said that have identified 10 million households. Well, that is also giving us a small expo how these monies will be frittered away. Do you understand? They are just trying to create channels. And this is why everything is so suspicious. Because the argument also is that, see, if you want to, people expect you to come up with very tidy palliative program. For instance, and you are going to do something like this, you will do a complete review of civil service salary. It's very, very important. It's not all these 5%, 4%. Because it has been projected that at the time this thing will take off fully, pump price of petrol may go as much as 750 naira per liter. So you are going to do this. What measures have you put in place to cushion the shock of all these things? Nothing. Now, they expected, first of all, review the salaries, not just in the public sector, in the private sector as well. So that there should be that general review of salaries. So it can meet up with the cost of rising commodity, cost of living and everything. They expected that to happen. It has not happened. Everything is in the realm of we will speculations. The same speculations that were doing this minimum wage thing. Some say we said that we don't have money. Others will say we have money. All those kind of trash talk. That's what you'll be seeing. Then secondly also, they expected also that, fine, what is the transportation system, subsidized transportation system you're putting in place to cushion the cost of movement? It is necessary. For instance.
However, but, when we are talking about this palliative, let me just take you also give you a backdrop to it.
Yeah.
The Labour Party did say that they were against, especially Pegas and Tudor, they were against subsidy removal, and that federal government should ensure that the refineries should work, the refineries to ensure that the refineries are working. I said, not again. Personally, I am of the view that not again, because these are refineries that has got so much millions of naira, and without there be a corresponding turnaround of these refineries. So, are you buying into what they are saying? That federal government should also give, budget some money to repair these refineries?
Actually, I sincerely want to believe that it's not this very government they are referring to, because there's no time for them to do that again.
Yes, sir.
I sincerely believe that. But also, the issue of looking at the refineries, domestic refining capacity should be increased. But you see, this thing comes with the private sector, who are actually driving.
But personally, I just feel that the refineries have become kind of an elephant project.
Yeah.
So they have got so much money enough as it is that personally, like, I just feel that no money should be wasted again on those refineries.
We had mentioned some time ago about privatization of all this. They fall under the category of dead assets.
They are, because when one of the presidential candidates of PDP, that is talking about, I say one of the presidential candidates, Atiku Abubakar, this say was going to privatize these refineries. Many people were calling him names, and why should he? Then why shouldn't he, when the refineries have not been working optimally?
Those who are calling him names, you know how this government works. Those who are benefiting from the corrupt system will always fight back.
Exactly.
Atiku, when he said it, meant well.
Yes.
You can't
I bought
continue.
into his
Yes,
policy.
you just can't continue
100%.
pumping money into something that's not yielding anything back in return. That is it. So government, it is expected, because it's not now, since last year they have been announcing that by June subsidy will go. These are things we had expected they would have done. They have not done that.
Yeah, no, no.
Then there was also in some quarters there was this argument also, this suggestion that why not even open up something like a subsidy station for the vulnerable,
Okay.
because all of us are not civil servants, all of us are not working in private office. There are those who are so vulnerable to even feed a day is a problem to them. Okay, they say even if it's 10%, that is subsidized at those subsidy stations. Let it run for at least
And it's
1
for
year.
commercial vehicles.
For commercial vehicles,
It would
yes.
be nice to go there.
Yes.
And drive for commercial
Yes,
vehicles.
but you know, a time lag of at least 1 year. A time lag of at least 1 year.
After all, NNPC boasts of so many filling stations.
Yes.
Just now,
Yes.
even still bought
Yes.
period.
Yes.
I think that is a good idea.
That's a
For
good
all these
idea.
Commercial vehicles.
Yes. So that way, if you are not able to board the public transportation system, you're also able to like use the normal private commuting to commute a private cars to move around town. But at least there should be that station, you just move in there, you get your fuel. And because you are getting it as a subsidized cost, it will also trickle down on what you are going to charge your passengers, So these are arguments that in the immediate, government was expected to have,
Yes. At least some of his filling stations that he bought and it had before, I know it had increased it.
Yes.
He bought more, some of these filling stations that couldn't meet up. So he could designate some of these. At least
Yes.
federal government has filling stations, all this NNPC in most of the states of the
Yes.
nation.
And
he could designate some to for all these.
all this,
commercial
they say at least for 1 year,
It's only
a time
for
lag of
commercial.
at least 1 year.
It's only for commercial purpose. I think
Purpose.
that's much better
Yeah.
than saying that, oh, you want to give palliative.
With palliative, they will steal it.
Exactly.
They
How
have been
much are you
stealing.
going to give that will
How
take
much are you going to
care
give?
of?
How are you even going to identify those that are going to collect it? And then also, they're also talking about electronic transfer of money to the most vulnerable, especially those in the rural areas.
Most vulnerable, do they have bank account?
They should, because one way or the other, once you announce that we are going to be doing this, even those that don't have, we will automatically go and open a bank account. So that way, at least they get some, some little money to be able to sustain themselves. These are things in the immediate, but also in the medium term. Also, they're also looking at. Let's look at the rail infrastructure. Nobody understood why governments, they started off well, and then suddenly they started playing politics with the whole thing. But see, if you're going to actually remove this subsidy, then of course you must get our rail networks working.
Okay, it would have been nice if the rail.
Yeah, because
We
one,
had railway.
yes, because this fuel we need to like move them to save cost and also freight cost. So because when these costs are saved, it also have a trickle down effect again on the cost of the item or general goods and all the government needs to really wake up. These are things they should have even started thinking 2 years back.
Yes. You see,
They didn't do
so
it. It's all
unfortunate that,
politics.
it's just now they are thinking about what to do anyway, because as far as I'm concerned, this palliative is not, it's already dead at
On arrival.
Because just like what Labour Party, NECA, and other Labour organizations are saying, that the money is going to be looted at the end of
That
the day.
is what they want to do. They want to loot it. It's their retirement benefit.
Yes, and
It's a retirement benefit.
hapless Nigerians to be paid to.
Yes.
And
And as
very
usual, when
possible.
you protest, they will send the soldiers, they will send police. Because that has been the normal order. When you loot and people demonstrate, you just release the attack dogs in government that they can't think with their head, that are already mentally retarded. They will just release them there to just divert attention. But it can't continue. We are saying it is good you remove it, but then why don't you leave it for the incoming administration to handle?
Yes, I think you should be part of the how do you call it, benefits, not just to inherit debts
And all, yes.
And it's one of those things that the incoming government will have an opportunity to do and make sure sit down and do it successfully.
And of course, it's not even good for the incoming administration to start on a crisis note.
Yes.
You can't just step off with this kind of, and think you go do much.
That is all for the main story today. For more on that story, viewers, you also have to log on to the website of National Economy to read more of the stories. But nevertheless, we still have other stories that is gracing the cover of National Economy. Let's see this one on what does JAPA have to do with failed transactions. Let's have National Economy on our screen because there are other stories as well. What does JAPA have to do with failed transactions? Basically, I'm going to JAPA. It has become the slogan among
Yes.
Nigerians now, or this one JAPA. And it's so rampant and it's so common now among Nigerians, especially the people that I know are doing the JAPA. They are mostly in the banking sector. One begins to wonder, and even medical doctors. How rising debt profiles slows Nigeria's infrastructure economic development funding. How rising debt profiles slows Nigeria's infrastructure economic development funding. The story is on page 6 of National Economy. For more on the stories, just log on to the website. We have creating productive environment for marginal feed operators. Creating productive environment for marginal feed operators. Of course, there is need for that because to avoid this kidnap, because we've had cases of marginal feed operators. Apart from the issues surrounding it, we also have issues of them being kidnapped when they are there. And we go over to the editorial of National Economy. It's on page 3 of the paper. The National Economy's editorial this week says, may the second Niger Bridge commissioning not exceed this regime. May the second Niger Bridge commissioning not exceed this regime. That is the editorial for National Economy this week. And of course, we have more poor Nigerians may face more hardship. Okay, that is the leading story. It's a continuation of the cover story inside. And we have Nigerians embrace electronic payments as cash crunch fades. Nigerians embrace electronic payments as cash crunch fades. That is actually the issue. Now, you saw that people are doing less of cash transactions as they embrace more because even now that CBN, maybe they eventually gave is not to old notes being dispensed. We still don't have enough of it. I don't know. Are you having that same issue?
Yeah, we don't have enough of it.
We don't have enough of it.
Nigeria's,
And most banks, even especially the ones that Emefiele is from, up to now, up to date, does not dispense
they don't
the old cash,
no, they
and
don't.
still also does not dispense the new
Yeah, I
cash.
agree.
The ATMs are virtually not
Accessible.
at every moment
Yes.
and every.
Yes, even those that are even dispensing, if it's not your bank, you get maybe 5,000.
Oh yes, you don't get to even. The matter is still a serious issue.
Yeah.
And we also have situations whereby many people are not also going to banks to make deposits. They just collect their money and
Yes.
keep it at home.
Keep it at
And that's
home.
what the road safety said. Road safety also raised the alarm that there was an accident that took place and they saw about how many millions of cash
Mhm.
during the accident.
Accident.
Meaning that people are rather go with their cash home so that they'll have access to
it
one
than go to join the queue and
deposit in the bank. At the end of the day, they cannot withdraw
yes.
their money out. And on the back page of the paper, we have the analyst, Nigeria's challenges and options for a new regime. Nigeria's challenges and options for a new regime is beyond the headlines by Abdurrauf Aliyu. Well, all these are more on the national economy this week. Don't forget to get a copy or log on to the website to read more on the stories and the inside stories and opinions as well. Well, this is where we come to an end of today's national economy. Just dissecting, discussing some front page news stories on the paper. And with me in the studio has been the editor of National Economy. He's an in-house analyst. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
once
thank
again.
you so much.
I look forward to having you on the program at the
Yes.
same time next week. This is where we can see you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080 36